Hello, everyone. We're back. We're back with another gaming therapy. We're back with another podcast. We're back with another gaming session. We're back, and I'm happy. I'm always happy to be here. Um, I know I missed a Saturday. I missed last Saturday, but it's really not that big of a deal. Um, yeah, but we're back. I'm not done. I'm just don't call it a comeback because I never left. I'm playing. But anyways, hello guys. We're back with another gaming therapy. This session is going to be about perception. Um, I just want to point out how important it is to view things a certain way. Maybe give some personal experiences. Maybe give some personal experiences. Um, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, I'm always going off the dome, so I have no clue what I'm going to say. But before we get into it, as usual, let's see what we're gonna do. Oof, I could have walked off there. Damn! Oh my god! I just went flying. I really want to change this top half. I think that's what we might do. Just break it all and change it. But I don't know how. I know I said I was gonna. By the way, I didn't do anything offline. Um, like I said, I hardly play this game offline. This is so cool. I like this. It looks so cool down with all the paintings. Wicked. Like I said, I don't really play this offline, so I hardly do anything offline. There's nothing really to update you guys on, but I try to. These are gonna be rooms for villagers. I don't know how I'm gonna get villagers in here. We'll figure that out. I might switch to creative and just throw a whole bunch in here. It did switch back, but if I can, I'm not sure if I can do that. But as I said, we're gonna have a underground place right here. It's just gonna be all walkways and stuff like that. You know, just looking good. Yeah. We have we have this little chest room. Got a little kitchen over here, cooking up some some elements. Cook some bread, and we got blocks. Nothing in there. Weapons, food. Cook up here. Got more stuff over here. Got armor. You know, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. I got up to more ladders right here. Nothing too crazy. Place is coming together really nice. I'm liking this underground part more than the top half. That's why I'm like, maybe I might work on the top half for today. I don't know how long these videos are gonna be. I normally just stop when I'm feeling it. Like, I normally just stop when I'm not feeling it. Got a nice view from my apartment. I meant from my room. Um, yeah, I don't I've had this one in the vault for a minute now. Um, but I never really knew how to bring it to the surface. I never felt like it was ready to be brought to the surface. I still don't feel like it's ready, but at the same time I do feel like it's somewhat ready. So it's all my food downstairs. It's not a good thing. I still somewhat don't feel like I'm ready, but at the same time I feel like maybe if I just start going, then I'll start like just I don't know. I don't know. I just be doing shit, guys. Excuse the unprofessionalism. Excuse. Anyways, right before we get started, I'm also kind of sick again. We're going into that season. Feeling a little stuffy. Um, yeah, and I'm getting super hot and shit. I think I might push. I think I might push it out. Put it right here. line it up like that. It's so much wood. I don't think I want so much wood here. I think that's a problem. I think we need to throw something else in there. uh, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Uh, you got me. You got me. You got me. Oh my god, the fact that I had no clue it was somebody right there is crazy. That scared the fuck out of me. Oh my god. Anyways, um, anyways, what are we thinking? Should we use stone or wood? I might still go wood. Ugh, I probably still go wood. Okay, anyways, perception. Um, I don't really have some key points. Um, down here on my paper, I got what helps, how I view life, trauma, and then things like losing people, things, lessons, stuff like that. Honestly, I'm gonna start off with how I view life. Give you guys a little insider information. I view life pretty open-mindedly. Um, I try to keep the thought in mind that anything is possible. I try to keep the thought in mind that shit's gonna happen. Like you can't just stroll through life and expect everything to be sweet. Um, it can. You could have a sweet life. Like I said, I keep in mind that anything is possible. You could have a sweet life. Things could be good. It really could be smooth sailing for you. But I don't really think it's realistic to keep that mindset 24/7. Um, wait, what's in here? Wait, what? Oh, I was like, what? What? Um, yeah, so I'd like to keep in mind that anything is possible. Um, I when something see, it's the thing, I don't even I haven't really had I wouldn't say I had a bad life. It was a little bit hard mentally. I guess the things that I was like dealing with, it was hard to keep a good mental on those things. But my life wasn't bad. Um, just a lot of thinking and figuring shit out, I guess. I'm not really, yeah, so I can't really say I view the bad things a certain way, but I can say I have my own way of viewing things, and I like to try to stay. I don't think, okay, you shouldn't try to be positive 24/7. I don't think that's healthy. Um, Shit's gonna get bad, and sometimes you should really just accept it and just take something out of the bad. I think that's maybe like a really good lesson here. I like to I like to keep a positive mindset. I'm like normally a super happy person most of the time. Um, Even when bad shit, not so lucky shit happens, I still try to keep like a positive mindset. Uh, I think the question is, how do I keep a positive mindset? I think I keep a positive mindset with the thought of like literally shit happens, bro. Like shit happens. I don't really think you can be mad at life when you understand shit happens, bro. Like it's not personal. It's really not. You can go around and just be mad about everything and want everything to be your way, and maybe you can make everything your way. I do not know. The leaves falling keep like throwing me off. Maybe you can make everything your own way. I don't know, but I personally, this is about me. Me. I don't like to think everything is going to be good 24/7. Um, I guess that's like my unhealthy way to prepare for the bad. But then I don't know. It's not really good because it kind of like you kind of start to try to anticipate the bad, which you should not do. Don't anticipate anything. Oh, nice. Don't anticipate anything. Obviously, just let things be what it's gonna be. Uh, yeah, but I don't know. I like to view things with an open mind that anything can happen at any time. It keeps me it keeps me sane when things that seem unfair happens because I know in everybody's lives we think things can be unfair and it really gets to you when you think something's unfair. But at the same time, when something happens, it happened already. You can't really go back and change it. So I think it's more healthy to just move on and not move on. I don't think you should move on from everything that happened in your life. Um, but learn that lesson that you're meant to learn because I think everything happened for a reason. And I think some lessons we just have to get the hard way. Maybe you weren't getting it and you needed it. So it just had to happen. I think some shit happens the hard way. And obviously that's gonna be life. Shit's gonna happen. But I looked the wrong way. I'm used to my streaming camera being over there. Ain't no way. See, like that. Shit just happens, bro. Like sometimes you're gonna fucking take a leap to go somewhere, and it might not be no ground under it. And you might just fucking fall, and it's okay. Because as you see, I walked right back up. Once in life, once you get to a certain point mentally, I think it's harder to go back. So I think it's oh shit. I think it's easier to say I think it's easier to just be prepared to get back on that horse. Um, don't just was that diamond? Don't just fall off the horse. Get back on it and continue where you were because you made it far already. So why give up now? So I don't think you can apply that to things like losing people. I've never I don't like to say it. I've never had to deal with that experience yet. No, it's gonna happen. It's life. People die. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to deal with that experience sooner or later, and I don't think I can apply that same thing in there. But I like to view emotions with the idea that not even the idea. It's actually I think it's like scientifically proven. You actually can be. I think you can be. Don't quote me on this. You can be happier when you're sad. When you're just happy, it's there's a limit to it. There's a limit on how happy you can be because you've never been at a low. Once you hit I don't know how to like explain it logically, but once you hit a certain low, you then can understand how high you can go. So I think so I think when things hit you emotionally and you want to cry and just be sad, I think that's healthy. I don't think you should let go of people. Well, I think you should let go of people, yes, but not like let go. If that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense, but there's like a threshold of how much you should let go of people. But I think it's actually pretty healthy to allow yourself to cry over that person and continuously cry over that person. I don't think I wouldn't say you need to move on already and like just start living your life. Obviously, your life shouldn't have paused in the first place. When death happens, you take a second and you grieve and you be sad, and I don't think you can ever not be sad about that. It's hard to like lose somebody. Well, I can imagine it's hard to lose somebody that's been in your life, and then like suddenly they're just not there, and you can't ever see that person again. I can imagine it's sad, and I don't think you can ever get over it. But I don't think you should ever get over it. I think you should be sad about it, and I think maybe some nights you should cry about it and like really let that emotion out, because it gets better. It gets better when you cry. It gets better when you're sad. Damn. Do I really have to? I can't do that eyebrow thing. Bro, am I really bad like that? Damn. Damn. Yeah, like I'm saying, um, I think it's healthy to cry continuously. I don't think you should ever try to. I think it's harder to push your emotions away. I think it's harder to tell yourself to get over something. I don't think you should ever force yourself to get over something. I think you should allow yourself to continuously live life and continuously grow and like learn new things and still like, the things that make life life. I think you should continuously do those things, but I don't think you should get over that. I don't think you should ever get over just because something makes you sad doesn't mean you have to get over it. Um, I think you should allow that emotion to simmer in your body and allow it to come up as it comes up and go away as it goes away, because nobody cries forever. Everybody has happy moments. Um, you can live life with a happy, sad, happy balance. You can live life with a sad, happy balance. I said happy first, so it sounded weird. You can live life with a sad, happy balance and like just, be grateful for the things that are there, because you still have stuff. That makes sense. Like, you still have baggage, you still have friends, you still have family, and like there's still things to be happy about. But you can't be happier without being sad. Um, I really hope people can understand what I'm trying to say here, because if my therapist said once, uh, I can't do that right now. My therapist said once, um, that it's I don't know the name of it or anything, because I can't remember shit. She said there's something that gets released from your body when you cry and when you work out, uh, and it allows you to be happier or something like that. Something like that. I'm not 100% certain about this. Um, don't quote me. Do not quote me on this. But quote me on the idea that I'm trying to bring to your mind is that you can get happier when you're sad. So don't push away the things that make you sad. Um, Embrace those things that make you sad. When you feel like you should be sad about something, be sad about it. Cry. Um, it doesn't matter if it happened. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I think certain things should be in the past and you should move on. But like right now, I'm talking about the topic of like I'm talking about the perceiving something like death, not other things. So we're on that topic right now. This can be applied to other things, but I'm talking about death right now. Yeah, like if it's like 5 years ago or 6 years ago, cry. Like, cry when you need to cry, so you can be happy when you need to be happy. The more you push emotions away, the more they build up, and like I think we all know that by now. I think that I'm just giving my perception on how things should be viewed, but yeah, the more you can be sad about something, the more you can be happy about other things. So I think it allows you not to get into a state of depression. um Dwight off of The Office said, "Isn't depression just a fancy word for being bummed out?" And I always quote that. I fucking love that statement. Depression is just a fancy word for being bummed out. You're okay. Damn, I got 60. Damn. You- You're okay. You are okay. You're just sad in the moment, and the more you let that sadness sit in the background and just be whatever it's gonna be, you're getting more sad, and you're building up that what we call depression. You're building it up more, and it's not helping. It's better to just cry when you need to cry in that exact moment. Let it all out. Embrace it. Be happy afterwards. Every time I cry, I'm the happiest afterwards. Sometimes I cry and I'm laughing while I'm crying. And it's like, because it feels good. It feels good to cry. It does. I think it can be seen a certain way to cry, but I think for the most part, a lot of people aren't really judgmental. Even if you have to cry with somebody, I don't really know. Excuse me. I don't really know. What's it like to cry? No, I do. I lied. I lied. I'm not even gonna say that. Um, I know what it can be like to cry with somebody. And if you need to cry with somebody that you feel comfortable enough to cry with, do it. Um, it feels good not to be judged. It feels really good not to be judged when you're crying. And then it can also feel lonely when you're crying alone. I personally don't feel lonely when I cry alone. Um, I don't know. Well, like I had this thought one time, like I just want to go somewhere, like take a hike somewhere onto this, like on a really nice. I always lean into the mic, and I think it starts to get louder, and it makes like a weird noise. I always I always had this idea that I want to go somewhere secluded, somewhere like a hike that not a lot of people go to a lot, and just go somewhere and just like cry as loud as I can. Like I've always had that thought that I just want to do that for some reason, and alone by the way, not with anybody. And I think I the idea of crying alone kind of grew on me a little bit stronger than crying with somebody. I'm not sure how people feel about crying alone, or if they would rather cry with somebody. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it's nice to cry with someone, and it's also for me, it's nice to cry alone. I like to do a lot of things alone. It's just the way I am. I think I like found some comfort in being alone and just rode with it, honestly. But if you want to cry with somebody, cry with somebody. If you want to cry alone, cry alone. But I heavily suggest that you cry when you want to cry. You'll feel better at the end of the day. Now, that's like that was like my perception on how death and like things that necessarily can't move on from, because I don't think you can move on from somebody dying. Obviously, like you can continue your life and you can continue everything going on, but I don't think you could move on from somebody who passed away, who was in your life for so much, and then they're just like gone. It's always gonna feel weird. You're always gonna think about them, and it's just it's life. So that's my idea with that. Just cry. Um, be there in the moment when you're sad, and allow your sadness to take over. Okay, now what helps with perception? Is that a good question? Let me think for a second. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a solid question. Um, what helps with the perception alone? I'm not 100% sure. But with yeah, I don't think that's a solid question. We're gonna move on from that. Trauma in the past. Okay, this subject might be a little bit more touchy to people because obviously people have their trauma, and For some reason, I'm gonna say it how it is. For some reason, I feel like unconsciously, a lot of people like to dwell in their trauma. I don't know why. It's like they want it to be this thing that's always controlling what they do and what they think and what they their decisions and stuff. And I don't like when I say this because like have you okay, I want to say this in the most like touchy way possible so nobody like feels a certain way. If you don't like something that happened in your life, why talk okay. I hope this comes out right. Why talk about it? Why put even the slightest bit of energy into it? Why not just like yes, it hurt. It hurt. It probably was shitty. It probably really affected your life. It probably was horrible. It probably really was. I probably can't even imagine how sucky the pain was. But why do you want to keep bringing it up? Why do you want to keep thinking about it? Well, we can't always control the things we think about. Well, we can with meditation. So I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. Why do you want to keep thinking about it? Why do you want to keep? I just thought of something and I kind of liked it. Why do you want this thing to be something that controls you and controls what you do? And like, I don't know. I think certain things can be left in the past. Certain things can be forgotten. Not just like completely forgotten, but it can be you like it can be moved on from. Like you can move on from trauma. Like just like it was hard. Yes, in the moment it probably was hard. It was shitty. You definitely didn't want it, obviously, but like it's a new day, it's a new year, it's a new month, it's everything's new. You can move on. You can like you can release that energy that's like that you're consistently bringing up. Oh fuck y'all. You can release that energy that you're consistently bringing up when you talk about it or when you use it as an excuse for why you do what you do. Things do not need to be brought up every second. Hey fucker. Things bienvenue. Things do not have to be brought up every second just because it hurts. Just because it was a big impact on your life. I think I'm liking this. The question is, maybe we should do more glass. I keep looking over here. It's a habit. Maybe we should do more glass up here. Because I like the outlining. I love it. I love like this. I love how this is going to be like that. I might put glass on the roof. I might do glass all right here, all on the roof, and all right here. Which means right here. I'll have to put a wall or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And I think I'm going to open this side up too. The crazy thing is like, I'm making all this space and I don't know what I'm going to put in it. I'm just like making it for looks at this point. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Trauma. Trauma can be forgotten. Not forgotten. I don't. In a way, I feel like it can. Like the more you don't put energy into something, the less you'll think about it. But I don't know. I've met a lot of people in my life who just decide to keep bringing up these traumatic things. Like I don't think y'all really understand the power in like when you speak on something. You're. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Look for it. Look for it. Look for it. You're. Okay, I don't know if this is the right word, but you're resurfacing that energy when you speak on it. We've not so much think about it, but when you're like constantly thinking about it, yes. But when you keep speaking on these things, you're resurfacing that energy and you're bringing it back, and it's not gonna. The hell? How did I get stuck right here? That was weird. You're resurfacing that energy, and you're never gonna be able to move on from it. Like so, like my suggestion, and it's just a suggestion. I don't think I have too many traumatic things in my life. Maybe I did, and maybe I just decided not to put energy into it, so it really like doesn't feel traumatic to me. But my suggestion is just It's hard to say. It's hard to say move on to people who are so stuck in something because they really, really feel like they can't move on from it. But I'm just gonna say it how it is. Move the fuck on. Life is still going. You could be happier tomorrow. Everything's gonna be okay. That it's now, it's in your past now. Learn from it. So when shitty things happen, it really can make you a super strong person. What the hell is that? Cool. I didn't know I made this. When shitty things in your life happens, it makes you such a stronger, like a stronger person. You really become better because how do you know how shitty things can get until it happens? And then once it happens, you understand like shit, life's still going, like shit's still happening, like it's not over. So like if I really can get through that, what else can I get through? And it makes you stronger. It makes your mental stronger. It makes what you think you can go through even it raises the bar for the shit that you can put up with. So I say take the good out of it and leave the bad in the past, bro. Take the lessons, take the I don't know what else you could take out from it, but take the lessons out of it. Take what happened. Um, I forgot what I was about to say. Wait, hold on. Okay. Take the trauma and just let it make you stronger. Allow make sure that shit can never happen again. Make sure you're in full control of your life and you can at any moment you're gonna be better and you can grow and you can be a great person and like just move on from it. Like literally act like it never happened. How about that? Act like it never happened. Or no, you can't act like it never happened because then you can't learn from it. Act like act like act like the universe is on your side and act like it saw an area that you need to be strengthened in and it had to pull out the worst card in order to make you the best person. And I think life does that to us all the time. It goes, I love you, but I have to fucking do this to you right now. But in the future, you're going to thank me. You're going to thank the universe. You're going to thank the angels. You're going to thank every bit of energy that has a say in your life and the things that happen. You're going to think it when, oh, but only when you decide to be better because of the bad. If you take the bad and you dwell on it and you keep looking at it as bad and you don't take the lessons and you don't decide, hey, you know what, the shitty shit happened, but I'm gonna move the fuck on from it because it ain't never gonna happen to me again because I learned from it and now I'm better, smarter, wiser, stronger, faster. And hey, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to deal with our trauma a little bit better. But that's just my opinion on how trauma can be dealt with, on how bad things can be dealt with. I think it has to be a little bit of a mixture of forgetting about it and also learning from it. I think you should just I'm trying to think of a way to put it. God on. Damn, I forgot to say it. Garden in French. Yeah, take it. I don't know what I was gonna say, but just fucking take it. Um, Obviously, I think the speed of which we move on from things is all in the individual themselves. But there still should be a time limit to how long you should let something beat you up and let something feel like shit. Um, you're most likely a great person. I know a lot of people say great things happen, bad things happen to good people. It's because you're a good person. It's because you need to be a better person. It's because you have the potential to be amazing. It's because the universe wants to see you better. And the only way you can get better is by reaching a low. Like I was saying, shit damn near correlates over to what I was just talking about with death. Shit has to happen for you to be stronger. Shit, it's just the way life goes. It's one of those universal laws that you just cannot go against. The universe is never going to be like, okay, I'm done hurting you guys. It's never going to be like that. Um, it's just never going to be that way. It's always going to be bad in the world. It's balance. It's the balance that has to keep going in order for life to thrive. Um, I'm big on balance, and I'm big on. I think I'm like pretty big on understanding the um the um the balance of good and bad. I don't think you can just have good. I don't know why, but I don't believe that you can just have good. I don't believe that you can just have bad. There's going to be a healthy balance of both, which means that when bad shit happens to you, there's still a chance that something even better is going to happen. Maybe that bad, maybe look at it as this. On an emotional standpoint, maybe you were right. Maybe you were right here, and the universe wants you to be fucking all the way up here. But in order to get up there, it has to tell you, it has to, like, bring you down here a little. And then the only way you can see the potential on how you can be up here is from taking that low and not dwelling in it, learning from it, and moving on from it and continuing how you were living life before whatever happened. Um, Obviously, it won't be the same. Nothing can be the same. I think that's the one consistent in life, is that things are going to change. Um, so stop getting comfortable. Stop thinking everything's going to be the way it is for life, because I don't even think you would want that. Some of us think we want what we want, but we don't really want what we think we want. So sometimes we have to be brought to that point to change forcefully. But you can either change or you can get depressed, and you can stay in that low. You can wish bad things on people. You can go into a hermit shell crab or whatever. You can decide to hide away from life and just think shit happens to you and you only, when no. Shit happens to great people. Shit happens to people that have more potential than they know. So if there's a lot of bad shit happening in your life right now, it's most likely because you're meant to have something even greater. So just don't be depressed. Don't Depression is just being stuck in that bad. You don't want to be stuck. You want to change, and you want to grow, and you want to be better, and you want to laugh again. And I promise you, once you take that bad and you decide, you know what, I'm going to laugh again, it's going to be the best laugh you've ever had in your life. I've had some great fucking laughs after being in the worst position mentally, and like you come out and you realize, like, shit, life is still going. Like I like it's easier said than done, 100%. Everything in life is easier said than done, but that does not mean it cannot be done. I'm really feeling this right now. But that doesn't mean it cannot be done. Like, anything in this world can be done. You can be happier than you were yesterday, or you can be sadder, but the choice is yours. So my suggestion with trauma is learn from it. Be sad about it, but don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on anything. Nothing should be consistent. Nothing. Not even your sadness should be consistent. Your happiness shouldn't be consistent. Your angry shouldn't be consistent. Nothing should be consistent. Everything should change. Everything should grow. And the only way things can grow is if it changes. So if you don't want to grow, I don't know what to say to you. It's your life. Do what you want to do. But if you want to grow, and if you feel like you're in like a shitty place mentally or even physically, and you just feel shitty, give it a second. Feel shitty, be sad, cry, 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 cry. That's my advice. Cry, but don't let it stay, because it doesn't. The only way it will stay is if you mentally think that it's staying. But in reality, it's not there anymore. It's not. It's gone. It's in your past. You can now live life however, in whatever position you're in now. Whatever happened, it changed you, yes, but find comfort in who you are now that you are changed, and now that you are past that hurt and past that pain, and just decide to be better. You are better. You're better now that you were hurt. You're better now. So now grow in that person that you are now in. Be happy with who you are now that the trauma has passed, because it does pass. It doesn't stay. It passes. Nothing stays. Nothing. Only thing that stays is you. You will be here to experience it, but at the end of the day, what you experienced passed already. It passed. The only thing that's staying, the only thing that's making it seem like it's still here is you. So my suggestion to you is let it pass, mentally and physically. Let it all go when it needs to go. Because after a while it's not there. Yes. So hope you guys can do that. Um what helps? What helps with stuff like this? I would say I kind of want to finish this. I keep saying I'm gonna finish this. I need like a lot of them though, because there's like a lot of places that need to be fixed. That looks cool from up here. Yeah. Um, yeah, so what helps me in these shitty moments, like I said earlier, is crying. I think, can I make that jump? There's no way in hell I can make that jump. And if I miss and my shit goes into the lava, I'm crying. Yeah, anyways, what helped me in the past was crying. Honestly, damn, I'm already hitting 40 minutes. Yeah. Um, honestly, I don't know. I might do some of this offline. I barely got anything done. But what has helped me in the past when I feel like I'm in a shitty situation and I can't get out of it is crying, honestly. I think the older I got, the more I realized that like crying is really where it's at, bro. Like if you're feeling sad, like cry, bro. Like I'm telling you, you're gonna either laugh before it even ends, or you're gonna realize like, or like the next day, or maybe a few hours later, you're gonna realize like, shit, that kind of felt good, bro. Like it feels good to cry. I think everybody should like know this by now. Like, so everybody should like have this mental in their head by now. I think we've all been told enough times that like, do not suppress your emotions. So don't suppress your emotions. Don't suppress your emotions. Or don't dwell in your emotions, because that can also be another tie to being depressed, is you dwelling in your emotions instead of moving on when it was time to move on like a year ago, and you're still thinking about this thing. And yeah, but that can't be applied to everything. I will say that it cannot be applied to everything. um what was I coming down here for? Oh, it cannot be applied to everything. um Not everything can just be forgotten and moved on from, especially not things like death. That'll always like somewhat linger, like damn, I kind of miss this person, obviously. So when you're missing that person, cry, and then it'll fade away a little bit faster than holding it in and acting like you're a big tough guy and you're not sad about losing somebody. um Cry, because the next day you'll be able to laugh again, and you won't be sad for a whole week or whatever when you could have just been sad for a day. So like, there's limits to it all. There's limits to how sad you should be. There's limits to how long you should be sad. There's limits to what should make you sad. I think there's, you have to decide in your life you, what you feel like shouldn't just be forgotten, and what you feel like can be forgotten and moved on from, and helped you grow. So let the sun come up. Honestly, bro, I'm gonna end it right here. I kind of want to go scream. and I don't know. We got a little bit of work done. We got the outline done. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this yet. Like I say, I'm never sure where I'm going, but I can tell you something. It's gonna be great. So bear with me. It's gonna look even better later. Um, my personal advice to you guys, to the people who's listening to this, to the people who need the advice, to the people who don't need the advice, to the people who need to shape everything. I think everybody has a bad. Everybody's sad. We're all humans. We have the same emotions. Unless you're not. And if you're not human, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to humans right now. People with emotions and people who care about shit. And yeah, I'm talking to humans right now. Everybody. Why is he moving so fast? Everybody has emotions. Everybody gets sad. Everybody has trauma. Everybody's been hurt. Everybody's gone through their own shit. With what everybody can also do is view it a certain way. I think that's the one thing that separates everybody is perception. The way we view the good things, the way we view the bad things, the way we view things that get us stuck in life, the way we view problems, the way we view relationships, the way we view love, the way we view money, the way we view everything is the only thing that sets us apart. So, my advice to you is change your perception, you change your world. I think that's like a really common thing that a lot of people have been saying. Change your perception, you change the world around you because it's your world. You create everything that's going on around you. And you for sure create the way that you feel about it. So, change your perception. View everything as a positive. Even what feels like bad, what feels like it hurts, it makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So if you're still here, thank you for still being here. Please, if you're feeling depressed or shitty or down, if you're feeling bummed, I want to wait for everybody who, because I just started thinking about the scene in my head and I fucking loved it. It was a scene on The Office where Michael was, he was trying to prove to everybody that working in the office is just as like hard as working in the warehouse. I gotta fix that. That's uneven. Working in the office is just as unfair as working in the warehouse. So he was on the roof acting like he was about to kill himself and he was acting like he was about to jump off the building. And Dwight was like talking to him. He was like, "Get down," because Dwight's like his sidekick, so he knew what was going on. He was like making like he was like going with it. He was like, "Get down from there," and he was like, he said something about feeling depressed. I don't even remember. He was talking about like him working in the job was making him feel depressed. He was trying to make a point to the warehouse workers that like they're just like their life is just as hard. And he was like, he said something about feeling depressed. And then Dwight was like, "Isn't depressed just a fancy word for feeling bummed out?" And then Michael was like, "Dwight, you ignorant slut." I'm sorry. I love The Office so much. It makes me laugh. It got me through life. Um, but yeah, one of the funniest scenes in the whole entire movie. Fucking, I love Dwight. I love him. Dwight says a lot of things that I'm like, hold on, is he like spitting here or is he just being crazy? But I love Dwight. He's crazy, and we love crazy. Um, honestly, I say view life like Dwight, bro. Like Dwight has been he's been. We had a few moments where he was depressed, and he was like, he took a second. He was like, okay, this is sad. I'm feeling bummed out. But then next episode, he right back to him. He's back striving. He learned his lesson from whatever happened. He was he was stronger. Everything that made him sad made him stronger. And the next day, he got back on his feet and he was working again. Um, so take some lessons from Dwight and cheer up a little, bro. Like bad shit happens. it's gonna be sad and it's gonna hurt, but like you're alive, and I promise you, shit gets better. Um, Shit gets happier when you want it to be. When you find new goals and new shit to make you feel like life is still something, you'll be happy. So that's my advice to you guys. I really hope you can. I don't know, like I guess I'm like obviously directing this towards people who are feeling depressed or shitty right now. So I hope you can feel better. I hope that you get out of however you're feeling. And if it's just a moment thing and you're allowing yourself to feel that, then hey man, I'm right with you. Cry. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Uh, it probably wouldn't be comfortable because we don't know each other, but yeah, I'll make it as comfortable as possible. Um, I really hope you guys have a great life, and I hope you guys grow and learn from what you're going through. Um, and I hope you become positive people and just be great. So, with that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't. Like I always say, I love you regardless. um, Stop by, watch these whenever you want to. I hope my voice can be a soothing start to your morning. I had a friend say the other day that it was nice talking to me because um, I feel like they're therapists. I feel like a therapist. They feel like I'm a therapist, and then my voice was soothing, so it was nice. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. That kind of makes me like happy, but it is what it is. Honestly, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to make these. I'm happy to talk. I'm happy to possibly make people's day better. Honestly, I really hope I make people's days better. I hope people like really watch these through sometimes and be like, for my motivational ones, not all of them are motivational, but the motivational ones, I really hope you can watch through these and be like, I hear what you're saying. Let me try, at least try to implement this into my life because you don't know what works until you at least try. I know some shit can sound outrageous and like impossible. That's the only way you won't try something is because you think that it wouldn't work or you think that it's not it. Like never say never. I think anytime somebody gives you advice that you have not implemented into your life yet, try it for a day or for whatever. Just try it. That's all I ask is that you try and that you believe that anything is possible. So, with that being said, that's a office reference. I'm out of here. About to go scream. See you later. Peace.